Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the main news on Camnet TV. Here are the top stories making headlines in our news tonight. Grade 12 pupil among two shot by police stray bullets in Lusaka. Former President Edgar Lungu stands with allies facing court cases. 22 Chinese nationals among 77 nabbed in mass internet fraud syndicate. And in international news, 3 Tanzanian soldiers killed in Democratic Republic of Congo. And in sports news, soccer analysts predict 2-0 victory for Copper Queens. My name is Sylvia Zulu. I will be back with the details after this break.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
And now the news in detail. Amidst growing concerns over the impact of climate change on rural communities, school-going children in Lungu district in Eastern Province are calling for concerted efforts to address the effects on children in these areas. In an interview with Wildy Chitambo, a grade 9 pupil, stressed the urgent need for action to protect the well-being of children living in rural settings. Meanwhile, the Media Network on Child Rights and Development, through its Executive Director Henry Kawe, notes the increased risk of malnutrition, disease and disrupted education due to climate-related disasters.
As climate change continues to wreak havoc worldwide, its impact on vulnerable populations, particularly children in rural areas, is becoming increasingly evident. The combination of climate change and a severe drought is posing significant challenges for children's well-being and future prospects. Lungu district in Eastern Province has not been spared from the effects of climate change. We spoke to school-going children in rural Zambia to hear first-hand information on how climate change has affected their lives.
As a school-going child, there are a lot of problems that I'm facing in terms of drought, because you might find that in the morning you have not eaten breakfast and you cannot go to school and then with an empty stomach. So it is, I would just like to urge the government to say that if they can implement farmers to make sure that we have food in our country and that there is food security, we can really appreciate.
These poignant accounts highlight the urgent need for action to mitigate the effects of climate change on children in rural areas. In response to these challenges, political leaders are proposing initiatives to address the root causes of climate change and its impact on communities.
I'm appealing to the New Dawn government to declare a day. Parliamentarians, please, can you discuss this so that we have a day? Even each and every member of parliament should plant a tree and we should see it grow. Not just rhetoric, let's be real. Climate change has come and it is real and it has come to stay, and if we don't fight it, it will fight us. And we have seen the consequences and the results.
Such initiatives aim to not only mitigate the effects of climate change, but also empower communities to take proactive steps towards environmental sustainability. Media Network on Child Rights and Development Executive Director Henry Kawe sheds light on the specific challenges faced by rural children in the context of climate change during a feature on Chikara Community Radio Station in Lungu District, Eastern Province. Mr. Kawe, alongside the Ministry of Agriculture, observed that children were at increased risk of malnutrition, disease and disrupted education due to climate-related disasters.
And if you look at the household, if there is hunger, the temptation to marry off a girl is very high. The temptation to send a girl to go and do sex work is very high. The temptation to send a boy to go and do, to work in tobacco farms or cotton farms is very high. So it really creates social disorder, because all are the children that should have been educated to come and lead us, but they are now being deprived of an opportunity to get educated so that they come and become competent leaders that can contribute to our development.
Their insights underscore the urgent need for comprehensive strategies to safeguard the well-being of vulnerable children in the face of climate change. Despite the challenges posed by the drought crisis, Zambia's Republican President Hakainde Hichilema reassures citizens of government's commitment to addressing the issues affecting children in the country.
Welfare of children is integral to any society. Weren't we all children at some stage? Who we are today is largely dependent on how we were looked after. That's a fact. So looked after even at the point of pregnancy and through the 9 months, and then under 5 care. All of those issues, schooling, very important. I say to many people without any hesitation that without school, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm seated here. I know where I would have been by now and what I would have been doing.
These assurances offer hope in the face of adversity, emphasizing the importance of collective action and political leadership in safeguarding the well-being of children in Zambia and beyond. Nelson Zulu for Camnet News, Lundazi.
Residents of Mtendere East in Lusaka have bemoaned the inaccessibility of accessing milling meal in their area, citing inconvenience as a primary concern. In an interview with Camnet News, Emmanuel Mamba laments over long queues that one has to endure when accessing the commodity. Mr. Mamba says there is urgent need for the government to decentralize its distribution.
Since fluctuations in the prices of milling meal last year, Zambians have been struggling to afford one of their most prized commodity owing to its unaffordability. The prices, which started fetching at around 300 kwacha, so many citizens expressed worry as that was deemed too expensive for them. In response, government introduced the Zambia National Service produced milling meal of Kalonga and Eagles, which came as a relief to many citizens as it was selling at a lesser amount of 230 kwacha. However, since the introduction of the ZNS branded milling meal, citizens across the country have been subjected to long queues, which many people have described as inconveniencing as it derails their other activities. This is the plight of residents in Lusaka's Mtendere East, who in the previous day have been subjected to long queues and the late opening of their only localized shop where they access the ZNS branded milling meal. In an interview with Camnet News, Emmanuel Mamba, a resident of the area, has bemoaned the development, further calling for the decentralization of the commodity.
Can't be queuing up for milling meal, looking at the supply of milling meal. Why can't the government just open a lot of tables so that people are able to get milling meal at a free cost? You know, I wake up early in the morning to want source for money to buy milling meal. Then the money which I've worked hard for, again I go and make a queue to buy milling meal. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. Because if they want to regulate milling meal, the same ZNS milling meal, sell it to the shops, give them the price, because there's a stamp there written it's not to be resold. Why can't you give the shop so that people can go and buy milling meal at their own free time?
Another resident, Mavado Piri, has expressed worry at the violence that has started emanating owing to the queues.
Tipemba mtitandizire vintu vavuta kuno kumtendere ma protest vantu vafuno paya na paunga kwambo pangaraini mungani mwakaunda muno vavuta vintu mtiganzire ko Tipemba government tirira kuno mbwene moneko mavuto yatu vintu zivyenda moshi nti varoti vantu mwapangira raini vantu vangabhunkiro kupayiwa vamene ana daily paunga ndrama ili yako.
Meanwhile, another resident has called for government interventions on the matter.
Government abama suppliers ngachakwa bati bayishireisa pamo bayisayisura kona yambi ama shops kuno kumtendere east yabakona ngo 5 abantu tetu baleba pamo line ngafira kuri abakalamba bamafumo at least bafuma apa bambi bako kuri nga yafura ama shops na ababantu na poverty nishi yachitashani yachepanako echo ndelo mbako fene kuri ba president besuko bati abama suppliers bayisayisura kona yambi ama shops so that kiu yatashani yapwa.
Chanda Mwango for Camnet News in Lusaka.
Patriotic Front aspiring Ward Development Committee members have alleged that the zone elections held at Mahatma Gandhi School in Lusaka's Mtendere Township were marred by violence. According to a PF nominee who opted to remain unknown, she claims to have been denied entry into the school premises due to her affiliation with the opposition. She says zone's elections should be inclusive and transparent, allowing every community member the opportunity to participate. Meanwhile, Thomas Sipalo, an aspiring MP for Munali, countered the allegations, stating that WDC elections should focus on the interests of the community and not be politicized.
Imwe mukabwera pano mufuniko otiuza kukwesori yotikuuza ine iwe n'abahanjikawa ukamba ine ndine wa UPND but kuma mitini kutani tinapezeka pano pena bwere na bwere vota as a UPND ifuna muntu uza bamene bayinira ba UPND ibamene ifuna votera
Commotion characterized Tuesday's Ward Development Committee elections in Lusaka's Mtendere Township, where eligible members of the community went to file in their nominations in readiness for voting, scheduled to take place Wednesday, 10th April 2024. Camnet TV visited the school to have a glimpse of what was happening at the entrance of Mahatma Gandhi Primary School. The gate was heavily guarded by alleged UPND members who determined who has access to the facility or not. Patriotic Front aspiring WDC nominee tells Camnet News that she was restricted from entering the school premises with her supporters on the basis that only UPND members were to file their nomination in the zonal wards elections.
Mahatma Gandhi kuborochita register vama nominees as a WDC. So the phenomenon padi PF. Now, padi makadas pado batile sakungena. When you just say PF, vale safuna ukambia ti UPND. So we are a lot. Even wantu banga ba supporters banga babapisha nane nilipanja pana sinangeni. Paneni kamba bonse bama opposition kulibe. Kulichabe bamene malimu hawa. Once opposition kulibe, kulibwa menangenam. They are just doing it on their own by UPND.
And another PF official who opted to be anonymous had this to say.
And the atmosphere is not good. So everyone has been chased away from the opposition except themselves. We know each other. 90% of the people I've seen here, the UPND people, especially cadres. So no any other person has been allowed to go in. If you want to go in, they ask you which candidate. If you can't mention the name of their candidate, they will chase you. So basically this is what just happened. Police have been reinforced. We have seen police vehicles here. So it's not a good thing. This is just a zone elections.
Meanwhile, aspiring Munali Member of Parliament Thomas Sipalo says it is unacceptable that ward elections are politicized by the UPND administration.
DC is not supposed to be politicized. Ndeva vimaleta maningi confusion vamenevi. You know, me I'm being accused of sponsoring violence in Mtendere and in Munali constituency. And yet I'm not even sponsoring any violence. All I'm doing is just standing out for the truth. WDC is not just supposed to be for one political party. No, it's for the community. That central government money is not political party money. So, wajamene wazi watitinga imilile endani uko. If possible, wamene wakupishani wakopeni. We are going to expose them because when they go on radios and on television, they call reporters. They are saying otherwise. Watina mizira tifenifet pele kantuanuareta confusion. But I heard what happened in Kamanga. People were chased. They were not allowed to vote. It's not supposed to be like that.
He says what elections are meant to ensure that people pick representatives that they deem worthy. Ward development committees are important for every constituency as they take part in the establishment of development plans, initiatives and regulations according to the requirements of the ward. Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Police in Lusaka have accidentally shot 2 victims, one juvenile male aged 17, a grade 12 pupil at Chivolia Secondary School in Lusaka, and Miss Tracy Kadatu, aged 24, of Chipata Compound in Lusaka. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says the suspected police officers were pursuing alleged criminals in 2 motor vehicles identified as a Toyota Mark X and a Toyota IST, both without captured registration numbers. He says the incident occurred around 14 hours in Lusaka, Emersdale area along Malambo Road.
The Zambia Police Service is deeply concerned to report on a shooting incident that occurred today, the 9th of April 2024, at approximately 14 hours along Malambo Road in Emersdale of Lusaka. The report was received at 14:30 from Mr. David Changwe, age 54, residing at plot number 13741 Chalala area of Lusaka, who acted as a good Samaritan and reported on behalf of the 2 victims of the shooting. The victims are identified as a male juvenile, age 17, a grade 12 pupil at Chivolia Secondary School in Lusaka, and Miss Tracy Kadatu, age 24, of Chipata Compound in Lusaka. According to the report, the victims were accidentally shot at by suspected police officers who were pursuing alleged criminals in 2 motor vehicles identified as a Toyota Mark X and a Toyota IST, both without captured number plates. The suspected police officers were pursuing another vehicle, a Toyota Progress with registration number BAF 5711, black in color. The juveniles sustained a gunshot wound on the right leg, while Ms. Kadatu sustained a wound on the left leg from stray bullets. Mr. Changwe, who encountered the victims, rendered assistance by transporting them to Lusaka Central Police Station. Medical forms were issued and the victims were immediately rushed to Investigation Hospital for medical treatment by police. Their conditions are currently reported to be stable. The scene was visited and an inquiry file has been opened to facilitate further investigations into the circumstances surrounding this unfortunate incident. We wish to assure the public that every effort will be made to establish the facts. Relatives of the victims have been informed about the incident and the necessary support is being provided to them during this challenging time. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to come forward and assist the police in our investigations.
Former President Edgar Lungu has charged that the legal proceedings against individuals linked to him and the Patriotic Front will soon be resolved. The former head of state said this shortly after his wife's court appearance at the Lusaka Magistrates Court. Earlier, a 53-year-old herbalist, Elizabeth Peary, testified before court how she was allegedly given 1.5 million kwacha by Chief Mukuni, who she claimed is her grandfather, and used it to purchase a house, canter, and 2 other vehicles, contrary to allegations that she got the said money from former First Lady Esther Lungu. In this matter, Ms. Peary is the complainant against the former First Lady for theft, as she alleges that her canter, 2 vehicles, and the title deed of a property were stolen from her by Mrs. Lungu.
The Lusaka Magistrate Court was this morning packed as opposition Patriotic Front faithful listened in awe to the testimony of a 53-year-old herbalist, Elizabeth Peary. The state witness testified before Lusaka Magistrate Muyuana Simvula that she was given 1.5 million kwacha by Chief Muguni, and she decided to use the money to purchase a house in Lusaka, a canter, and 2 other vehicles. The herbalist explained that Chief Muguni gifted her the money because he is her grandfather, contrary to allegations that she got former First Lady Esther Lungu's money. This is a matter in which Ms. Peary is the complainant against the former First Lady for theft and submits that the canter, 2 vehicles, and the title deed of property were grabbed from her by Mrs. Lungu. She explains that her property was grabbed from her at gunpoint by 2 men who she later came to know as policemen, who she alleges were sent by the accused. She cites the 2 policemen who are jointly charged with Mrs. Lungu, her niece, Catherine Banda, and Kapambwe Lungu, facing 3 counts of theft of motor vehicle and theft of a title deed. The 53-year-old herbalist also denied ever collecting $400,000 from the First Lady's niece, Catherine Banda. She submitted that Catherine Banda only paid 4,000 kwacha for marriage fortunes and to be helped to conceive. But when asked by defense lawyer Charles Changano whether the herbalist has been paying taxes from the business transactions, the herbalist turned to the Bible and quoted Malachi 3 verse 8 and concluded by saying she receives orders from God. In this matter, the former First Lady, Esther Lungu, Catherine Banda, Kapambwe Lungu, and 2 policemen, Lee Chisulu and James Piri, pleaded not guilty to the charges of theft. Allegations are that between August 9, 2021 and September 30, 2022, the 5 allegedly stole a Mitsubishi Canter worth 320,000 kwacha belonging to Miss Piri. It is also alleged that the accused stole a Toyota Alex worth 110,000 kwacha belonging to Fuhana Patel. The former First Lady and others are also accused of stealing a certificate of title relating to a property in Liwala worth 1,050,000 kwacha belonging to Miss Piri. The matter has since been adjourned to 14, 28th and 29th May 2024 for continuation of cross-examination. While leaving the court premises, former President Edgar Lungu hinted that all those facing court cases for associating with the Patriotic Front, their cases will soon come to pass.
The best time to know who's on your side is time like now. So we thank you for coming through and for being with us. This is one of those days which we're going through, and I know a lot of you are going through similar problems. By having been here, some of you by having been our associates, and some of you by having been very close. But this is the price we pay. It will come to pass. And I know that
Nelson Zulu for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Opposition Patriotic Front Function Chairperson for Information and Publicity, Emmanuel Mamba, has pleaded not guilty to a charge of disorderly conduct. Mr. Mamba and his 3 co-accused denied the said allegations when they appeared before Lusaka Magistrate Ami Masoja. The 52-year-old politician is jointly charged with 49-year-old Jacqueline Chopa, a politician, 42-year-old Gideon Tolopa, and 32-year-old Gift Kachingwe, both business executives. The state accused them of committing the offense on February 27, 2024, while at Lusaka's Kabwata police station, when the PF Function Secretary General Raphael Nakachinda was detained. Trial in this matter commences on 20th May 2024. Lufanyama-based Catholic priest Father Andrew Chewe has urged politically inclined individuals to refrain from using his Easter sermon as a way to gain political mileage. Father Chewe stressed that his message was purely aimed to promote social justice and not promote political interests of any political party. He adds that he has no intention of joining political parties, as he is a priest whose interest is preaching a salvation message to his congregants. Father Chewe recently went viral after unapologetically preaching against the high cost of living, load shedding, and unemployment levels, among other economic challenges the country is facing, a situation which saw him being summoned by police on Sunday.
Holy Saturday, I preached a message on Easter. My message is purely social justice, and my message should not be taken advantage of or used by any political party. My message is pure. I said it because I'm a priest and I preach in church, and I'm not aligned to any political party or affiliation. I've not been paid by anyone. I am not a member of any other political party. I'm a priest. I am not vying for any political position. I'm not looking for any money, monetary funds, or anything else. So I've seen that on Facebook, people use my message in different ways. But to tell you the truth, I'm a priest who just defends social justice. and who talks about society, the least, the lost, and the last. And so tomorrow, on Tuesday, the 9th, I was summoned to go to the police. That has been cancelled, and I don't expect anyone to be there because that has been cancelled. And so we thank everybody who is playing a part in this. We thank the state and everybody else that that has been cancelled, and many misunderstandings have been achieved.
22 Chinese nationals among 60 individuals have been arrested by the Drug Enforcement Commission in collaboration with law enforcers for fraudulent activities. DEC Director General Nelson Banda says the arrested suspects have been apprehended for alleged internet fraud syndicate. The Commission has also disclosed that over 13,000 SIM cards, both domestic and international, have been seized, among other items.
In the fight against cybercrime, on Tuesday, the Drug Enforcement Commission DEC, in collaboration with other law enforcement agencies, conducted a raid on Golden Top Support Services in Roma, Lusaka. This operation unveiled a sophisticated internet fraud syndicate. Among the seized items were SIM boxing machines utilized for fraudulent activities, along with over 13,000 SIM cards, both domestic and international, indicating the extensive scale of the operation. Shockingly, the syndicate exploited Zambian youths, primarily school leavers, by falsely offering them call center work and engaging them in deceptive conversations across various platforms. Further, investigations by enforcers have revealed international connections to countries like Singapore, Peru, and the United Arab Emirates UAE. A total of 77 suspects, including 23 foreign nationals, mainly Chinese nationals, and 1 Cameroonian, have been apprehended, some found residing without proper documentation.
Cards, 7,778 MTN SIM cards, 4,016 Airtel SIM cards, including 11 SIM boxes. The organization behind the scheme employed young Zambian individuals, mostly school leavers, under the guise of call center agents. These individuals engaged in deceptive conversations with unsuspecting mobile users across platforms like WhatsApp, Telegram, and chat rooms. The operation's scope extended beyond Zambia, with evidence of communication with individuals in countries such as Singapore, Peru, and the United Arab Emirates. In total, 77 suspects were apprehended, including 23 foreign nationals, who include some Chinese and 1 Cameroonian. I must mention that these are actually in custody, but with the Zambians, we allowed them bond so that they can help us with investigations, but we also charge them. Seized items include 93 desktop computers, which you have seen here, 42 new and boxed computers, 1 laptop, a satellite gadget, and other ICT-related equipment. This explains the reason why we brought on board Zicta. As you can see, these are very sophisticated machines. Some of them might be beyond our scope as law enforcement. So we brought the experts on site, and they are helping us decipher certain things which might help us in the court process later. Furthermore, 2 firearms. You can see this is a...
Seized items also included computers, firearms, and motor vehicles linked to the syndicate. The Drug Enforcement Commission emphasizes the alarming increase in internet fraud cases and pledges to remain vigilant in combating cybercrime to safeguard the interests of the Zambian populace.
On your behalf, we have seen other agencies I can't mention that have been hit by these cyber criminals. So I want to assure the people of Zambia that we are out to get these criminals, and we are working in collaboration with all the experts in Zambia. What is important to note again is that we shall not at all relent, and there will be no sacred cows. We have some other areas we are chasing right now, involving some Zambians. Others are already in court. Another scam that we uncovered, I think we announced it some time back, we can't talk about it now. They are already in court because of scamming people. You have heard of people that have gone to certain pension houses and withdrawn pension money for somebody. You go there to go for your money, you find somebody withdrew your money, has taken your identity, what we call identity theft. So we are out to do this. Please, the people of Zambia, report to us every time you are scammed. Come and tell us, because that will be the starting point. If you don't report to us, you continue being scammed. That's very important. I thought I'd take advantage, ladies and gentlemen, to inform you too that, first of all, this scam, as you can imagine, other service providers have nothing money. Airtel, they've lost money, there's no doubt about it. And our job is to protect these companies that are doing so much for this country. Now, another thing I thought I'd take advantage of is that in the operations that we've been carrying out in the couple of months, we have seized and forfeited to the state right now an average of about 836 million kwacha.
Chanda Mwango for Camnet News in Lusaka.
We now take our first break and we'll be back with more news after the break.
Are you looking for a reliable and efficient courier company with international standards? Then let UBZ Courier, your trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries, be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us now on +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapona Road, Woodlands, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of flavor, from crispy chips to creamy mash. Potatoes are the versatile superstars of your kitchen. Grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Palavana. Savenda Farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the Savenda potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. So, embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, they're the heart and soul of your kitchen. Savenda, save nations, develop Africa. Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
With this impending drought, it's time we look to alternatives of sustaining our crops. We as ISDP are promoting irrigation and water harvesting as the solution to challenges posed by climate change. Watch our 13-week series as we unfold the solutions for our crops. Catch us every Monday at 2040 hours, repeats every Tuesday at 1910.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We now continue with more news. The Luvale Royal Dynasty has announced 21st and 24th August 2024 as the official dates for the 2024 Lukumbi Liamize traditional ceremony in Zambezi district of Northwestern Province. Speaking at a major briefing in Zambezi district, Luvale Royal Dynasty Prime Minister Ngambela Collins Sandala says the important event holds a cultural significance and a testament to the country's national heritage. He has since called on the local and international tourists to join in and attend the annual traditional ceremony in Zambezi district.
I wish to announce the upcoming auspicious 2024 Likumbili Amize ceremony, a cherished tradition that will be held from the 21st to the 24th of August 2024. This important event holds deep cultural significance and is a testament to our cultural heritage. It is with the utmost delight that we extend a sincere invitation to all our local and international tourists to join us in celebrating this momentous occasion to reflect on our God-given cultural heritage. We also urge the Zambia Tourism Agency to vigorously market this traditional ceremony to our international tourists in order to bring in foreign exchange, which will in turn boost our economy.
Government has embarked on the construction of an ultra-modern Munyaole market following the demolition of the previous one by the Lusaka City Council. The market, which will cost a sum of $8 million, will see more than 2,000 marketeers returning their trading place and is expected to finish within 16 months. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Honorable Garin Kombo, has further announced that the previously displaced traders have since been given offer letters to operate at the new market once it is completed.
There was a huge outcry among stakeholders as to what government's intention was. And so here we are today, as you can see, there were 900, a total of 900 plus or minus traders who had just settled here in what one would call prime land in the central business district. And most of the activities that was going on here was basically just trading, but predominantly the illegal sale of illicit alcohol. Okay, so we managed to talk to the traders. It was a very tedious exercise. We convinced a lot of them, nearly 90% of them. As you know, you cannot get 100% buy-in. And so we then agreed that they were going to move. Most have moved behind the BH market. And so here we are. The ground has been broken. You can see from the rear here that this whole space is going to constitute a modern market, which is in an orderly manner. And this is the reason why, as UPND under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, we came onto the scene with ultimately one big idea, and that is to restore the rule of law and order.
Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata states that the government skills training program under the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) is pivotal in creating opportunities for self-employment. During his visit to Nirvana Skills Training Center in Mufulira district on the Copperbelt province, Mr. Kapata noted that the program will not only benefit the youths undergoing training, but also create a ripple effect of entrepreneurial opportunities within communities. Meanwhile, Nirvana Director Elias Mununga disclosed that the school has been offering training to youths from all parts of the country and thanks the government for its support, noting its significant contribution to the growth of the Skills Training Center.
Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata says the government skills training program is a catalyst for establishing various business enterprises, promoting self-employment, and generating employment opportunities for others. During his visit to Nivana Skills Training Center in Copperbelt Mufulira district, where youths from across the country are acquiring diverse skills, Mr. Kapata emphasized the program's wider impact, extending beyond the trained youths to create a ripple effect within communities.
But so many people from different constituencies that are at one place, different ideas, but going back, creating their own jobs, being their own bosses after such a training. Because when you do skills, it means you have it and have it yourself. So you transfer the skills. Wherever they will go, whether Masabombwe, Chelenge, they will transfer the skills.
Mr. Kapata engaged with youths at the center to experience firsthand the newly acquired skills they have developed.
I finished my dump truck. I even started doing a front-end hand loader.
It's giving us a trade. We've not been actually seeing these opportunities, but we are here. Yes, we are acquiring the trade so that when we get back, we get into mines, we get into companies.
Operator machine front-end loader. And this machine addition operator.
Expressing gratitude for the program, Nivana Director Elias Mununga acknowledged the government's support, which has significantly contributed to the enhancement of the Skills Training Center.
Whatever you have seen here, machinery, motor vehicles, all that, we started buying all these things after Mr. President HH came into power. So even in terms of CDF, as entrepreneurs also, we are benefiting.
Furthermore, boarding house owners in the district commended the skills training program for its role in generating business opportunities, indicating a positive spin-off effect across various sectors.
As they pay us, we also cut our problems. As single mothers, tunasitwala abana ku school umulisha shini batulipira.
Rachel Chisulo, Zanis Mufulira.
We now take our last set of commercials. Stay tuned.
Introducing Darren B, a touch of class. Are you looking for the perfect place to elevate your style and glam up? Look no further. Darren B Touch of Class is your one-stop destination for hair and makeup transformation. Walk into Darren B and walk out feeling like a star. Your transformation starts here. Call us on 0772 870 588 or WhatsApp on 0972 049 213 to book your appointment today. Payments are made via mobile money or point-of-sale machine. Strictly no cash payments. We are located along Mossy Road in Ibex Hill, 4th close on the left after Kalikiliki Police Post. At Darren B, we pride ourselves on our team of dedicated and trained personnel ready to pamper both women and children. Darren B is open 7 days a week from 0720 hours to 1740 hours. From trendy hairstyles and stylish makeovers to flawless makeup, we do it all. Darren B, a touch of class.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
With this impending drought, it's time we look to alternatives of sustaining our crops. We as ISDP are promoting irrigation and water harvesting as the solution to challenges posed by climate change. Watch our 13-week series as we unfold the solutions for our crops. Catch us every Monday at 2040 hours, repeats every Tuesday at 1910.
In international news, 3 Tanzanian soldiers were killed and 3 others wounded when hostile mortar fire landed near their camp in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Southern African Development Community SADC said on Monday. They were part of a Southern African peacekeeping force deployed in December last year to help government troops battling M23 rebels in the ongoing conflict in the rest of eastern DRC. The force includes soldiers from regional military heavyweight South Africa, Tanzania, and Malawi. It is being reported that the mortar attack took place last Thursday and that a ceremony to honor the dead was held at SADC headquarters in the provincial capital, Goma, on Monday. SADC also said that a soldier from South Africa had died in a hospital while being treated for unspecified health problems. Here's a roundup of international news.
The Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a region beset by fighting between government forces and the M23 militia. On Monday, the Southern African Development Community said 3 Tanzanian soldiers were killed and 3 others wounded when hostile mortar fire landed near their camp. They were taking part in a peacekeeping force deployed in December last year to help government troops tackle instability and armed groups in the region. The force includes soldiers from South Africa, Tanzania and Malawi. M23 militants launched their offensive in late 2021, capturing swathes of the strategically important and resource-rich North Kivu province.
Haiti's National Police Agency says it has recovered a hijacked cargo ship laden with rice following a gun battle with gangs on Saturday off the coast of the capital Port-au-Prince. 2 police officers were injured and an undetermined number of gang members were killed in the 5-hour shootout, authorities said in a statement. Police added that those responsible for the hijacking were members of 2 gangs who seized the transport ship Magali on Thursday as it departed the port of Vareux. Local media reported that the gangs kidnapped everyone aboard the ship and stole some 10,000 sacks of rice out of the 60,000 sacks it was carrying. Gang violence in Haiti has escalated since late February, with the underfunded police department struggling to quell attacks. After weeks of mounting pressure, the country's Prime Minister Ariel Henry in March agreed to resign, following the formation of a transitional presidential council. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday said that a date is set for a ground offensive in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. His words have prompted the U.S. President's administration to warn against an invasion, saying the roughly 1.4 million civilians seeking shelter there will be in danger.
We have made clear to Israel that we think a full-scale military invasion of Rafah would have an enormously harmful effect on those civilians and that it would ultimately hurt Israel's security. So it's not just a question of Israel presenting a plan to us. We have made clear to them that we think that there is a better way to achieve what is a legitimate goal, which is to degrade and dismantle and defeat the Hamas battalions that still remain in Rafah.
Netanyahu's pledge came as Israeli negotiators were in Cairo discussing international efforts to broker a ceasefire deal with Hamas. Today, I received a detailed report on the talks in Cairo. We're working all the time to achieve our goals, primarily the release of all our hostages and achieving a complete victory over Hamas. This victory requires entry into Rafah and the elimination of the terrorist battalions there. It will happen. There is a date. Meanwhile, on Monday, Palestinians returned to the southern Gazan city of Khan Yunis to salvage what they could from the rubble, a day after the Israeli military announced its withdrawal from the area.
football analyst has predicted a 2-0 scoreline for Zambia. In an interview, Mr. Yota Mwanza had advised the Chipolopolo national team not to concede early. Mr. Mwanza says he is confident that coach Bruce has noted and worked on the mistakes from the last game. He says the country has a strong team that can overturn the 2-1 recorded in the last match.
When you look at tonight's game, it's important for the Copper Queens not to concede early, like what happened at Lake Manasa Stadium, because when you concede, it means that you start, chasing the game. So it's important for them to be able to hold on, if by all means to try and score first in the first 15-20 minutes. I think that should be able to give them the advantage to be able to play that game. Nothing is impossible in football. I think we've got a strong team, a team that can be able to overturn the 2-1 deficit that we suffered last time around. Coach Bruce and the technical bench must have worked out, I'm sure, wonders that they will turn around this game. 1-0, it goes into extra time and possibly post-match penalties. 2-1, again, similar situation. But what is good is that we have a strong side, and as fans we are happy that the coach has noted the mistakes from last time around, and they'll be able to devise a system that can make us qualify.
That's it for our main news tonight. Here's a recap of the stories making headlines. Grade 12 pupil among 2 shot by police stray bullets in Lusaka. Former President Edgar Lungu stands with allies facing court cases. 22 Chinese nationals among 77 nabbed in mass internet fraud syndicate. In international news, 3 Tanzanian soldiers killed in Democratic Republic of Congo. And in sports news, soccer analysts predict 2-0 victory for Copper Queens. Our verse of the day is coming from the book of 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast and movable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Thank you so much for watching. Do enjoy the rest of our programming. My name is Sylvia Zul. Good night.